Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hope you are well. It's Wednesday evening, which means it's British Steel Day, isn't it? It's British Steel Day, and we've had a little bit of an exciting week, to be honest. Monday was madness. Okay, Monday was job centre, essentially. Like, we weren't expecting to leave East Fife, but we did. We got little flirty glances from Derby saying, like, oh, come and have a little chat with us and that. That didn't quite work out, unfortunately. Barnsley offered us a job. We decided against that. What we did decide to do was we went and got ourselves a job over at Huddersfield Town in League One. Now, granted, we've moved from Scottish League One back to English League One, but Huddersfield Town were about 4 points outside the playoffs, but more importantly, we're still in the Papa John's Trophy, and that's a trophy we haven't won. Didn't win it with Oxford. Maybe, just maybe, we can win it with the Terriers. Up the Terriers. Here we are then. This is what we have. Welcome Vice, welcome Wilco, welcome Fat Nige, Zar, Raggio. Everyone's in the chat tonight. There's Devil Always in as well. Fat Nige, Don Che's in, Mater's in, and of course, welcome to everyone who is just lurking on in the background. You're more than welcome to be here. It's nice to see everybody on a Wednesday evening. Hope you're well, everyone. Of course, hope you had a cracking week so far. We're in that sort of like midpoint. Is it hump day? Is that what they call it? To be honest, that's where we are right now. We're in the hump day at this point. Statline Andrew's in as well. Nothing like Laundry Day or Hotel having to go back to the supermarket for detergent with $4 in quarters. Andrew is a man who speaks to all of us, really. Laundry Day in a hotel, that's bad, man. That's bad. That's not good. Like, I feel your pain. I don't know the context behind where we are and why this is happening, but I can sense the frustration there, But yeah, with the digger's gone. I should mention, the digger's gone. Day 3 of the operation. Wilco's mentioned it. How's Operation Jameson House build? The digger is gone. Right now, I don't know whether that's to make sure I definitely don't try and play on it, or whether they don't need it anymore. I presume they're still going to need it. Right? They've dug most of what I presume is going to be the foundations for the extension. But yeah, digger ain't about no more. Right, so it's gone. Still didn't have a go. Wilco. They still wouldn't let me. So, yeah, that didn't happen. We had building regulations around today as well to check that everything was going on fine. So that was all right. We got that done. But yeah, anyway, that's fine. Before we even get started, Wilco straight in, hyping everyone up with a line. I mean, it's Wednesday evening. We probably should do a line, shouldn't we? Get ourselves up and about. Give me a page number then, Wilco. Give me a page number and we will do ourselves a little line of Michael Owen's autobiography just to get us started. Page 299. That's going to be right near the end. Let's see if he's learned how to write by this point. I'm guessing he hasn't. Okay, right, here we go. Let's jump back into the full screen, shall we? Just turn our music off for a second. There we go. So, at Sopwell House, the England team hotel, we began debating what we should do. At no time did we say, we will not play. We just wanted Rio in the team. Presumably this was around about Rio Ferdinand's drugs ban. I wasn't going to fly to Istanbul anyway, but I felt strongly enough to take part in the discussions organised by the Players' Committee, who had sounded out the rest of the squad. The whole group was unanimous. If we were going to fight for Rio's ban, we had to fight it together. We issued a statement which read, "It is our opinion that the organisation we represent has not only let down one of our teammates, but the whole of the England squad and its manager. We feel they have failed us very badly. We argued that the FA's actions had made the team weaker for a vital match. Yes, we took up a strong position to help a mate, but that's all it was. It wasn't about money or anything else. Our intentions were honourable. We saw a friend, a family member, in distress and wanted to help. We didn't feel disloyal and we didn't mean to offend England fans. We wanted him to play. We didn't accept that at that point he'd been proven guilty of anything. Yes, he'd been foolish to miss a drugs test, but we didn't accept that he should be punished before he'd even been given a chance to defend himself at a formal hearing. Rules are there to be obeyed, clearly. If Rio was shown to be guilty, we all knew he was going to be punished, but there hadn't been a trial and there hadn't been a verdict. In athletics and other sports, he would have faced a hearing before starting his suspension. There is a tradition in this country that a person is innocent until proven guilty, but in this case, that didn't seem to apply. I mean, there you go. Michael Owen getting all political at that point, making a stand, saying just because Rio Ferdinand didn't go and take a drugs test, that doesn't mean he was a drugs cheat. Obviously subsequently found to be a drugs cheat. Strong words indeed. Absolutely strong words indeed. Muha, the Qataris making a world record bid to win Manchester United. Yeah, looks like that's gone in. It was about 5.5 billion or something stupid like that. So just another fucking nail into the coffin of the Premier League. So yeah, get it done. Just let them have it. Let them have it. You know, buy whoever they want. Buy Manchester United. Buy Liverpool. Take them all away. Stick them on the fucking moon or whatever. Get them gone. Them, Newcastle, Chelsea. Get the whole lot gone. Start again. It's non-league day this weekend, actually, right? You know what? At the same time, okay, all this is going down. It's non-league day at the weekend. If anyone's got a chance on Saturday to go to a non-league game, please try your best to go. I can't. I've asked if I can, but obviously we're at the wedding on Friday, and I've said to Mrs. Jez, like, can we go to a non-league game? She's like, no, because obviously we have to go back and pick the kids up, so that'll sort of like be a bit. She's taking the piss, apparently, for me to then go to a football match and just, you know, support non-league. But that's what I'd recommend. If you can do it, go and do it. Go and do it, because obviously they're the teams that need your support, not the Man Uniteds, the Chelseas, the Newcastles, the Tottenhams, the Arsenals, all that sort of thing. They don't need your support. Like, you know, they're going to survive forever regardless. Like, it's the non-league teams that need your support, to be honest. So if you can do that, go and do it. Wilco's in supporting Carshalton Athletic. Love it, love it, love it. Muar, Tony Pulis Jameson at the wheel. I mean, look, you say that, Muar. Look at what we've done. Look at what we've done. Yes, we lost to Bolton, but we've been there for like 2 days. They didn't know who we were. They didn't know our tactics. We just turned up and went, right, can you play? Can you do something? Right. It was a decent performance. We lost 1-0. I mean, 14 shots, 4 on target, maybe. Wasn't really brilliant, but decent possession. You know, we should have won. We should have won, to be honest. They had the bit of a switch of momentum, and then they scored on the break. Gutting, right? We then took on Salford in the Papa John's. Smashed them 5-0. Great. That's what we want. 5-0 in. 4-3. We got knocked out of the FA Cup, unfortunately, by Preston. Look at this match. Back and forth all the way. Like, just superb. We went a goal down. We pulled level. We then conceded. We then pulled level. And then we went 3-2 down straight away. Then we made it 3-3. And we were sort of going, should we push? Should we try and win the match? We did try and push, but then we got hit straight away. And unfortunately, we were knocked out of the FA Cups. We can't win that this year, and then we actually beat Wigan in the league. So that was a decent match there. 55% possession again. We looked pretty good, to be honest. It was pretty dominant throughout the game. And in fact, to be honest, if you looked at it, I've tweeted the pass map out for the game against Wigan. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty, right? We've not had much of a hold on this team, but that looks pretty decent. Dempsey, 149 interactions. George Lucas, 105. 113 from James Gardner. 112 from Harrison. 124 from Travis, the centre-back. I think we might be able to, if we play in this, because this is how we've sort of like gone as a fairly standard 4-3-3, just because we've got an abundance of midfielders who are pretty impressive. We thought, let's go with that, stick them in, see what we can do. We've gone with it, and we'll try it out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, then we can obviously try something else a little bit further down the line. There is a bit of width in the team now. Campbell looks quite impressive. He's a bit pacey on the wing there. Mambenda, we don't know if he's good or not. He scored 2 and assisted 1 in 3 games, but we still don't know if he's any good, if that makes sense. George Lucas has come back from being on loan. He's got 7.23 in 3 games. So, fantastic. There's our assist machine, although it doesn't look like it's registering. Oh yeah, one assist there. And 2 in the Papa John's. So, that's pretty good. And then we've also brought in this guy, Sergio Sertori, a Brazilian just defender, to be honest. Plays all over the back line. He can play a wing back, he can play a centre back, he can play either side. We're playing him at right back at the minute because Grant is injured, unfortunately. and he's played pretty well as well. You know, one game, 7.6 is his average. Got an assist, looks pretty handy. Acceleration 16, popped a corner in, got us a goal, so pretty decent. 17 for teamwork. We're paying a lot of his wages, 23 grand's worth of wages actually. But hey, bit of Samba style in Huddersfield. What more can you want? So we've done that, and we've also brought, who remembers this guy from Glentoran? Remember that when we were over in Northern Ireland? Mark Lloyd Lewis. We tried to sign him, I think, at Banbridge, wasn't it? He was released by Newcastle, went to Glentoran, tore it up in the Irish Premiership. 20 and 34, 35 and 48, 17 and 48, 15 and 31, 12 and 41, 14 and 44, 18, 13 and 29. He had a minimum fee release clause of 375 grand. He's now a Huddersfield player. Finishing of 16, composure of 15, anticipation of 14, off the ball of 13, teamwork of 15. Runs with the ball through the centre, places shots, curls the ball, tries first time shots. I mean, hopefully that can be some goals right there. We are also trying to get ourselves a couple more players. We still want a centre back, and we still want I think we probably still need a wide player. So that's sort of where we are at the minute. Oh yeah, and a goalkeeper, because our goalkeeper's he's a bit erratic, shall we say. He's a bit erratic. We've got £2.3 million left, and we also have 90 grand left in the wage budget, so there is still some money to get a keeper in. Jason Johnson looks reasonably decent, so he might be the option. But yeah, our current guy, not particularly good. We're not going to let Busby go out just yet. Actually, is he going to get first team football? Yes, he is. Let's go and do that. Fringe player, no. Romario Price. We think actually, is there a bid in for Romario Price now that's been accepted? I think there is, and it's quite expensive. So he might come in as well. That's been a few sort of like discussions we've had. Some players where we're like, oh, can we get one in? There was a lad that we nearly got from Barnsley, actually, the Bristol City player, sorry. Is the Bristol City player not happening? I don't think he is, actually. It was, I think he's gone to Millwall, I believe. I think they chucked some cash in, actually. Has it happened yet? Doesn't look like it's... Ian Hughes, there he is. Oh, bid's still in. The bid's still in. We're paying a lot of money over a long time, so we'll see how it can go. If it happens, that'd be great. We've also got Koichi Shujimoto is a player that we're looking at from Millwall. Give him a scout. So yeah, that's where we are. I signed Jason Johnson as backup. He's had 2 good outings, but with only 1 goal conceded. I mean, that sounds a little bit like a scouting recommendation from Fat Nige, to be honest, and that sounds like the sort of player that we could do with. Tony, does players' determination really impact a player's improvement? Yes, as far as I'm aware, because if they're not determined to improve, if they don't want to improve, then they're not going to improve. So I guess, from what I understand, it does. It definitely does. Like they're more inclined to improve if they actually want to try and be better. So, you know, it makes sense, doesn't it? Really. It's not to say it's the only thing. Of course, you know, you can't just say, well, you know, they've got determination of 17, therefore they're going to be brilliant. They might not. They might still not have the right personality. And I'll tell you when you know how this is explained on today's Football Manager show. We explain it using basically the reference of Wonder Kids, to be honest. So talk a little bit about them. Obviously, I've got no experience of Wonder Kids, but RDF's seen loads of wonder kids. So we talk about that. We say, look, what's the, how do we nurture them? Is it a good idea to go after them all at once, get them all in the side, hoard them, make this wonder kid farm, or is it better to just get one or two and just try and like sort of go, right, these are the players we want to put straight in the team and make it happen? So it's a great conversation today. As we thought, this is sort of our main concern. Not much crossing because we haven't really got much width. Finishing needs to be improved. The passing apparently is disappointing. I would disagree with that because I think that the passing of the team is very, very good. Teamwork, of course, we do need to work out on and improve. The acceleration's not bad, and balance, of course, does need to be slightly better. They reckon there we've contributed to conceding an average of 3 clear-cut chances per 90 minutes with a 4-3-3. But let's see what happens. It's like we've used it a couple of times and. Yeah, sometimes it's worked and sometimes it maybe hasn't. Slates didn't get the Derby job then. No, unfortunately not. They gave it to Gordon Petrick, which is a bit of a surprise. But I mean, look, they wanted us, so it was obvious we were going to go there and talk to them. But it sort of then prompted us to go, well, actually, is East Fife the right job? And we weren't 100% sure. We didn't think it was. So we're like, right, let's get ourselves moved on. Simon Tipple's gone to Barry, but more importantly, Ian Hughes has come to join us at Huddersfield. So that is a huge signing because this guy looks very good for a centre half. I think he's going to be pretty great. 16 jumping reach, 12 heading, 14 marking, 14 tackling, 14 for teamwork, 12 for positioning, 14 for anticipation, 14 for strength. I mean, look, he's 6'5". We are in League One, okay? We put a £30 million buyout clause in his contract as well. So let's say if it goes well, he's going for big money. I think that is a massive signing. And what that does allow is it allows Dempsey to move up into midfield if we need to. So say, for example, Lucas needs a rest, move Dempsey there. Unit comes in. Ian Hughes, unregistered. Get him registered right now. Has to be locked down. Let's just move somebody out. Anybody out. Right. In you go. Gotta get him in. What a signing. Huge signing. Some players need resting for the Birmingham game. I get that. No Wilkinson. Let's go on loan. Fringe player. Not a fringe player. You need to be playing football, mate. Nicknamed the unit. Yeah. Could just call him that, couldn't we? Call him the wardrobe. Isn't that what they used to call Yaya Toure? I want to say that. Might be wrong there. I may have just made that up completely. New goalkeeping coach in. Excellent. So yeah, Birmingham City, Accrington Stanley, West Brom, Papa Bouba Diop, that's right. So Birmingham, Accrington Stanley, West Brom, then Charlton in the Papa John's quarter-final, then Rotherham, Hull, Millwall, Shrewsbury, Bristol Rovers, Salford, Oxford on the 28th of February. So by that point, we'll hopefully have had a Papa John's semi-final as well. Right, if you're not going to go as a first team player, you're not going there, but you can go to Notts County if you're going to be a first team player. Get some football. So Birmingham 14th. Oh, I mean, this is a bit worrying. Well, actually, no, is it worrying or is this well timed? Because George Lucas is now being offered the chance to go to Fluminense. We've just signed Hughes, which means that Dempsey can move into that ball winning role. We can't let him go, but what I'm thinking is Dempsey could move into that role. Do you know what I mean? He could go there. He's made let the force be with us. I mean, I would like to keep him, but I worry that if we Tell him he's staying, he might kick off. It's not really for a lot of money either, is it? If you try and persuade him to stay, say, look, come on, what are you reckoning? They play in a better division. I don't think either of us to dispute that. It's an opportunity to test myself at a higher level. Oh. Right. He wants to go. He wants to go. We tried. Yeah, we tried. But away he goes. There you go. Look, we've replaced him instantly. 45 grand's worth of Dallison. There's always a plan. There's always a plan. Right. I'm your father. Yeah, he betrayed us like Darth. All he's going to do is cut my hand off. So let him go. Let him go before he does that. You know? Enjoy him while he's here. And when he's not here, then, you know, fine. Think about it later. Let's remove Ngobu. And let's put Dallison in there. So we've got 2 weeks left of transfer window. So, I mean, we obviously we give him a run out, right? And should we start Lloyd Lewis? Give him a run? I don't really want to sort of like change too much right now. I mean, we could put Dempsey into midfield, but then Dempsey and Akamea have looked pretty handy. But actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's put him there. Let's put Hughes in. Dempsey's not a central midfielder, is he? On attack, anyway. We are away, so let's make him central midfielder on support at this point. Or a box-to-box, actually. Extra bit of defensive solidity there, I think. Rudoni's needing resting as well. Do we give it to Barnett? Or do we put Big Dan Allardyce in? Wingers on support, how different from attack? I mean, the support means that they'll just sort of go essentially halfway, really. Whereas if they're on attack, they'll go full to the byline. So let's make a couple of changes there. Right, we can always bring these guys back in for bring some subs in if needs be. Number 12. 12's not a centre half's number, really, is it? And again, number 8 definitely isn't. Let's go and enjoy the game. I think we should be up against it today. What's that? Oh, that's pretty stacked out midfield, isn't it? So I think Lloyd Lewis is going to have to do a lot today on his own. So we may have to deploy some extra strikers for him, I think. Evening, Y Callum. How the devil are you, buddy? Welcome in. Hope life is treating you good. How is South Fife? South Fife is great. East Fife, not so much. Yeah, we obviously, as you're aware, we may have moved south of the border. So we've taken over Huddersfield, mate, and it's looking relatively exciting in terms of our first few matches. Monorat Lloyd Lewis is the new signing. Yeah, he's come in from Glentoran. So I don't know if you remember when we were at Banbridge, we saw this player was released by Newcastle. He looked excellent. And he went to Glentoran and he tore the Irish League up. So we couldn't get him in the Championship, but he went straight there and he did the business. So 375 grand, in he comes with God, we're hoping he can do something for us. In League One, George Lucas is away. Picks the ball up, Vale inside to Harrison. Harrison, who's been nothing short of excellent, I think. Vale, great interception. Lloyd Lewis just dwells on the ball a little bit too much there. Callahan Curry over the top. Oh, goalkeeper error again. Cox needs replacing, doesn't he? He definitely does. He's not good. I mean, look at this. Granted, we're a little bit high up, but he's got to do better than that, surely. Come on. That is dreadful keeping. Actually, I thought we can even stay high, but drop off more. That's embarrassing, really, to see that happen. MC Sertori. Taibi moment, quite similar. Very, very similar indeed. Lucas, Dempsey, got to go. Hughes, Akamoa, Vale nods it back, no one's there. Steeman gets in. Hughes, Dempsey, all the way back to Cox. Not sure that's a good idea, to be honest. But retaining the ball, losing the ball there though. Might have to slightly adjust formation because even though we're only 10 minutes in, we're losing the ball a lot in midfield. Good header there, but still not really getting it. Steeman nods it back. We're not getting our foot on the ball at all. It's well balanced, actually. I know we're supposed to be chasing the game now. It's 5 points behind Milton Keynes Dons at this point. Dempsey only passes backwards. At the minute, yeah. But what I might do is I might switch it so that he can do that. Forgive me for going for 4-2-3-1. But it feels like that's going to give us a better balance against what is essentially all of their players behind the ball. Campbell, Sertori, down the line. Comes back inside. Dempsey, got a challenge for that, surely. Sertori gets there, Dempsey gets there. Lloyd Lewis almost away. A little bit rabbit in the headlights up front as well, I think. Hello, Rich Owens. How the devil are we? It is Rich Owens music indeed. As Birmingham City almost going 2-0 up. Almost. Big shout for Rich Owens. How are you, pal? And also, because of that, Rich Owens and Callum are here. Have yourself a little listen to Football Manager Therapy with Y Callum on this week. Very, very good. Very good indeed. Great episode. So, go and listen to that. Campbell gets down, can't quite get to the byline. Let's go inside forward actually on attack there. Favourite podcast guest chat. I've just seen the FM23 on sale at the minute. Is it noticeably 30 quid's better than FM21? Only you can decide whether that's the situation or not, Monoret. I would say it is. I would say that we've got there's definitely improvements. There's some stuff that people find frustrating about it, but I think it's got enough about it to make it a better game, personally. But each to their own, really. Two 2-0 down is not what we want. Gillingham are now 6 points clear. Dan Rees re-subbing 2 months in. Appreciate that, Dan. I think personally, that if you've missed a version, then you'll notice more of a difference, Monoret. If you've played 21, 22, and then you go to 23, maybe you might not notice as much of a jump. and that's where some people complain. We're getting absolutely destroyed by Birmingham here. This is not what we want. Not what we want at all. It's a bit worrying now. Yeah, not good, not good. Used to skip every year until the content creation came a knocking. Well, that's the thing, Rich, isn't it? Sometimes you now end up having to do things you don't necessarily want to have to do. That's not been a great game, a great first half at all. In fact, it's been a very poor first half. Dreadful, some would say. Deep line playmaker, maybe actually put him as a Roman playmaker. Let him do some damage out there. 2. Let's do 3 changes actually. Very poor first half performance. Intended partly because of the skin we use. Oh yeah, I mean, I think they used to have the turtle skin on FM 22. I don't know if they had it on FM 23. FM 21, sorry, but it is lovely, isn't it? It is really nice. It looks nicer when you're winning, but at the minute it's just quite a poor performance overall. And yeah, there doesn't seem to be anything that anyone really wants to do about it, to be honest. Shadow striker on attack there. Absolutely murdered here. Where are Birmingham? I mean, to be fair, Birmingham are up in the top. They're pushing on, but you know, we need a lot more from ourselves when it comes to teams against the big boys. Gardner's just standing off there with a yellow card. I think it does highlight the fact we need a goalkeeper quickly. Maybe Johnson's the one. They are a class above, but what's interesting, Hughes is on a 6.8 on his debut, so that's really good. Lloyd Lewis is on a 6, sadly, so that's not, well, it's just gone down again, it's on a 5.9. So he's maybe not had the best debut, but sometimes it just happens, isn't it? Are you in a window to get a keeper? We are indeed in the transfer window, Callum. We've literally just signed, we just joined on the 28th of December, so first match on the 29th. Lost to Bolton, sadly, but then we sort of turned it around. We beat Salford 5-0 in the Papa John's, then we lost 4-3 to Preston in the FA Cup. We pinned them back to 3-3 with like 5 minutes to go. We're like, should we push on? Should we go for it? We did, and then we got punished. And then we beat Wigan 2-1 in the last match, and now we've beaten 3-0. So this has been a big defeat. But what we've noticed is we've obviously scored goals, but we've conceded goals. So it has sort of come down to the goalkeeper, really, because we brought in a new right back, we brought in a new centre half, you've just seen there. But ultimately, can't replace the entire back line. The one we do need to replace is this lad here, old goalkeeper son. And with another poor display, I think he's signing his own death warrant, really. See, that's nicely cleared by Hughes, isn't it? And the Gardner needs to actually take the ball. Did we win? The second half's fine. We 0-0 in the second half, but not anything to be proud of. Obviously, we're still in the process of trying to work out how we play, you know, because we haven't really sort of sat and done full tactical training and stuff, and looked at those training blocks yet. The formation is something that we're trying to work on. And yeah, the classic let's just win the second half technique, lads. Exactly, Callum, exactly. I mean, if I'm being brutally honest, this season all we need to do is win the Papa Johns. We don't have to get promoted, really. We could do that next season. We could do that next season. What about 4-4-2? Well, yeah, it could do. We still don't know if we have two centre halves. Well, two strikers yet. That's the problem. You know, I don't want to. Thing is, I don't want to chop and change around too much. It might well be that we find a formation that fits pretty quickly. 4-4-1-1 that we used at Oxford could probably work with what we've got and play Ridoni just behind. You know, 4-4-2 might work. 4-3-3 might work. We just take the fact that we've lost one match. That's all that is, really. Doesn't mean that the formation doesn't work. It just means we have to obviously think about it when we come up against a really stacked defence, which was essentially what happened there. We were up against 3 centre halves, 2 wing backs, 2 deep line midfielders, and we got 1 striker up front. So it's that, you know, and he's not exactly a big muscly striker either. So to be fair, there was always going to be a slight bit of lag there. Let's do tactics there, and let's do teamwork. Actually, no, you know what? Yeah, teamwork there. Tactics, recovery. That can be tactics and teamwork again. Actually, that can be bonding. That can be set pieces, and that can be set pieces. Let's try that. Then this, of course, is going to be tactics, teamwork, set pieces, set pieces. I mean, the thing is, Sondergaard didn't actually have to do anything in that match, did he? Compare him with Cox. Quicker, more eccentric, better communication, better mentals. Well, maybe not as good. Only sign him as a last resort. What does the director of football suggest? I mean, that's the big one, isn't it? Johnson is up there. Johnson is up there. You know, I'm worried about how easily Brum carved you open. Yeah, I think we were overrun in midfield, to be honest. That's the problem. We only really had. We just weren't putting our foot on the ball. We weren't getting anything out of it, were we? Alex Chalmers from Celtic, 6'5". Neil Merritt from Watford. Good aerial reach, good handling, good kicking, good communication. One-on-ones look good. Throw-in decisions actually looks fairly handy. And then there's always a West Ham player in there. £8,000. Wanted by Carlisle and Shrewsbury. There's already a bid in from Carlisle for him. Accrington Stanley at home next. In comes Dupe. Hello, Dupe. Welcome in, pal. How are you? Good to see you, as always. Hope life's treating you good. If you haven't followed Dupe yet, by the way, why not? Why not? He's back. That's the main thing. He's back. Come and get him. Come and get him. Give him a follow. Appreciate the raid, man. How was the save? How was Man City, I believe, now? Is that right? Because we're no longer in Munich. How are you getting on? We're we're doing okay here. We think we're fine. We're just quite a few players want to leave, obviously from last season. That's not really helping stuff. But we're just getting our feet under the table at Huddersfield, getting ourselves all nicely settled. Just got promoted. Yes. Excellent. So you're not you can't be at Man City then, surely, if you've just got yourself promoted. What's happened there? Callum Slough isn't. Yeah. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's a bit unfair on Callum, innit? You know, we raided over and he had a lovely time, and then unfortunately we turned up and spoiled his day. So that's how we have to look at that one. But yeah, no, like I say, man, it's good to see you back on. Obviously, as you know, we're big fans. So let's see if we can get Gardner doing something there. Dallison in for Barnett. Batty can go in for Stearman. To be fair, there was a lot of issues really with that last match. So we also now have a whole bunch of players who are tired. But we have to try and get these results, don't we? Against you made a database where City's FPP caught with them and sent the League Two. Okay, excellent, interesting, very interesting. So you've still managed to get promoted. Superb. What's your I tell you what, here's a question. What are you thinking about the United takeover, dude? Where's your thoughts on that? Romario Price is in as well, so I think this is one of Woolrich's actually. So look at this, 12 goals in 21. He could be. I believe it when I see it. Well, that's the thing. It's obviously it's just rumours at this point, isn't it? So I know at least two I know at least two lapsed Man City fans who'd love that in real life. Or to all the way back down into League Two. Think so. I think that'd be good for them. Evening, Cheesy Weezy, how are you? Welcome in. Lucas is obviously going to be leaving, so that's a shame. I need to take another player out so we can get Price in. Let's unregister Harry Barnett for now. Because yeah, there's going to be some players that we're going to unregister, then have to either panic about getting towards the back end of the transfer deadline and be like, we need to try and get someone off the books now, or hey, who wants to play reserve team football? Important for Joe Williams to go and play some football there. These players do need a bit of a rest. Maybe we should do that actually. Maybe we should give them a rest because we need them for the Papa John's match. So possibly 45 minutes against Accrington? Maybe. I mean, if we're winning, then that's fine, right? Let's go. Keep it as it is for now, and then we'll change it if we need to. Wow, the stadium ban cancelled and rented out to City in 2003. Was there a stadium ban as well? Is that so you can't generate match day income, I presume? That must be what that's for. Because I presume if you're filling a big stadium in the non-leagues, then you're going to be very much at an advantage that everyone else has got. Oh, Tony, would you like to see the worst own goal? You better believe I am. You better believe I would. Send me a whisper and then I'll get it posted up. Or ping it me on Discord and I'll post the link. No fans for 5 years. Pretty much like some football clubs anyway. Am I right? I've pretty much given up on comedy, haven't I? This is as close to doing a gig as I am right now. If I actually no lies, I've got a gig in August, so there. An actual one. But I've got to try and remember what I say and everything. I mean, I don't, I've just got to compare, so ask people what they do for a living and make things up. An actual gig in I want to say somewhere like Newton Aycliffe or something. So it's not going to be massively accessible unless you live in the northeast area, obviously. But yeah, if you do live in the northeast area, come and see it. What's the question there? We've got: is there an FM download tab, kit packs, working matches, or is it menu graphic only? I think it's part of the config, isn't it? Depends upon what you download. Some of them obviously will change the match day graphics as well, but it depends on what they've actually designed. Good save. A gig in July. Don't come to mind. I'm woefully rusty. Let's have a quick watch of this. Gardner's free kicks over the top. So this one go. Oh, dude, you've got to be kidding me, mate. That is ridiculous. That is crazy. I'll just put it in the chat there, everyone. Have a look at that. That is absolute madness. Mambenda goes close. We had one last night where I was convinced it was offside. I clipped it and I looked at it. But I looked at it that many times tonight that I'm like, I think the defender may have got a slight touch onto it, which has deviated the movement of the ball. But even still, I'm like thankfully it didn't affect the result. But I was like, these two players are miles offside. I mean, it is a great finish. You're right, Callum. Like you've got to think composure must be high on the player there. Harrison gets the header up. Mambemba still looks a little bit confused. Travis nods it down. Oh, hang on. I'm a bit worried that we're not really doing much against Accrington here. We are sat really high, they're sat really low, so maybe we sort of pull them back a little bit more. Right, yeah, no worries at all, man, no worries at all. Bringing a child in with a sub. 2 months now. Appreciate that. Very kind, thank you for the support. Thank you for the support indeed. If I pull back a little bit, that might make them come out. That's what she said. Oh, off the post. So the set pieces seem to be like a thing where we can put a bit of pressure on. But tonight, apparently creating stuff from open play seems to be a bit tricky. And excellent, that's what she said. Oh yeah. This stream's full of them, Callum. You should know, right? So much so we had to get the emote done. Hughes brings it down. Radoni, great ball at the top. Mambenda, straight at the keeper. This is why I'm not convinced he's a good enough striker. Against a team who's 22nd in the league, so that's second bottom. He should be burying that. Donny. 10 shots, 5 on target, 66% possession. Pretends he's not a comedian, but you never lose. No, you don't. Takes just a couple of minutes to get your match fitness back, but the first 5 jokes are all in your head, aren't they? That's what they say. George Lucas, Harrison, Campbell, Sartori, Campbell, Harrison, back for Radoni, Lucas, Batty, just going around the houses. Someone just needs to put their foot through it. Batty's got a bit of a knock. He's playing pretty handily. Campbell's on a 6-8. Again, he's getting the ball. Radoni puts it in. George Lucas with the header. That's off the post. Hughes. Batty. Oh. Akamea's on a 6-8 and tiring, so maybe we move Dempsey in. So Dempsey can go in for Akamea. I think we put Stearman in. And Ben Musa maybe. Just let's try that. Actually, you know what? No. Still I'm not convinced that we take him off. Let's bring Campbell off. Ben Music can go on there. It might be one for Lewis. Hello, One Club Champ. How are you, pal? Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope life's treating you well. It's been a little while. Ben Musa, Sertori looks up. Stearman, is he going to have a go? He is. Mbenda tries to get ahead on it. Corner. It's all us. This is the problem. I don't want to. There's like, how much do I tweak? Because we are literally getting everything. Like it's shots are flying in, possessions on the way up. Let's sacrifice Mbenda for Mark Lewis. See how that works. Ben Musa, Dempsey. That's right. Boy, look how much space he's got. Stearman, play the ball through. Lloyd Lewis gets his goal. There we go. That's what we needed. Little bit of confidence for the lad. Peels off the back of the defender. Heads in the bottom corner. That's what we need. Keeps us 6 behind Gillingham. Gardner's free kick. Good save. To be fair, their keeper's he's had a good game. It's 7.2. He's faced 21 shots, 10 of which have been on target. Free kick doesn't even go in there. Just listen to the podcast of the Wonder Kids. Oh, bless you, mate. Glad you enjoyed it. Old Tony Tactics was out as well tonight. If anyone's not seen it or heard it, we have a Tony Tactics special where I discussed the dark arts of spithousery and low block 4-4-2, agricultural football basically. Lloyd Lewis. And RDF's got to like try and keep a straight face and go like, yes, Tony, you're doing a really good job. Lucas, Sartori. 2 Brazilians linking up nicely. Sartori, great ball in. Radoni, love the direct counter-attack formation. Oh, mate, give it a go, see if it works. I think there's definitely something in it. I think that's how I would set it up. Because again, you've got those 2 centre midfielders you can change and make them sort of either deeper or higher up. I think that's how the balance would work. At this point, though, I need to hold out for another couple of minutes against Accrington Stanley. Cautious is a little bit too attacking, but that's the thing, mate. You're from my school of thought as well, aren't you? You're like, we're going past the halfway line, something's gone wrong. So, but I thought cautious is fine. Going, look, lads, if you're gonna play a long pass, play it, but try not to, unless there's absolutely nothing on. Like, don't try and get forward. That's a big blow, by the way. Batty being injured for about a week, which means he's going to just be back in time for the Papa John's game, hopefully. What I'm going to do as well is I'm going to rest a couple of players. Sheffield Wednesday want Ben Musa. No. Kendra Simmons, we don't need him really, do we? Let's rest a couple of players. I'm going to rest these guys just before the match. Where are the guys that I need? Oh, down the bottom here. Where's Radoni? Can't see him for looking. There he is. Radoni, Lucas. Batty's obviously injured. Grant's obviously injured. Barnett. I think Gardner maybe and Harrison. Yeah. Can I then rest those players? Rest for 2 days. It's 3 days for the game, so let's rest them a little bit. I've already got one. Jordan Moffat of 4-4-2 already not liking me. He must be hoping the price will bring a big part to the success. I believe so. Get the new keeper in before the window slams shut. Excellent, exactly. I mean, Johnson's the easy one, isn't he? Even Franco, how are you, pal? We're, I think we're doing all right so far, mate. I think I can't see too much of a concern at this point, but then again, this is my problem, innit? I come in and I'm like, I don't see a problem, and the whole place is like burning around next to me, and everyone else is looking at me going, you need to start seeing the problem right now. I mean, Johnson's a decent enough starting point, isn't he? You literally are the dog in the hits find me. Yeah, exactly, Mrs. J. I am indeed. Where did tell you what, Fat Nige mentioned a player. Where did he go? Where did our old goalkeeper go? Not Johnny Madhead, the other one. Where did Grazic end up? End up at Brighton. He's not gonna leave, is he? 38 grand. I don't think so. Johnny Madhill's still there though. Get some more stuff. I haven't got much left. I've got some Chewits. Some Chewits if you want. That's not. As you can see, I've been sort of like just chomping into them a little bit. I need to restock the sweet cabinet. You asked a question at the wrong time. Sorry, Cheesy Weedy. Sunderland fan. Cheesy Weedy. Found some poppets downstairs. Yeah, poppets will be a thing, Mrs. J. Let's have a bit of them. That's my pair in your Bristol save. Grazic and Johnson, top of the league. There you go. That's what we need then. So no goalkeepers there apparently. No goalkeepers in League 2 that we're looking at. We're also not looking at any goalkeepers in the Championship. Oh, maybe we are. Well, here we go. Sori Ahipo. 6'3", 25. Wanted by Kilmarnock. Could be fickle, could be susceptible to injuries. Would be superb apparently. Better in the air. Better communication. Better physically. Distribution's the same. Commanding the area 13. Communication 14. Handling 14, so that's better. Kicking and one-on-ones are the same. Rushing out's a little bit higher. Is Grazic playing for Brighton or is he on the bench? We'll have a look. His 38 grand a week wages is a concern for me, to be honest. He's a bit more aggressive. His composure and bravery is a little bit less, and his determination's less. His leadership's higher. His positioning's ever so slightly better. His vision isn't as good. balance is better though. 3.4 saves per 90. He's letting in slightly more goals. 6.5 versus 6.7. It's not great. He's 2-footed though. Exempt from registration, injury prone, fickle. That's not. Consistent. I mean, he's an option, right? Cameron Archer, sweeper keeper at Middlesbrough. Where are we looking here? Interesting. Okay, he's attracting attention from Everton and Kilmarnock again. He's less eccentric, better communication, quicker, more physical. Distribution's not as good. Rushing out 17. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, do you reckon? If he plays as a sweeper keeper, I guess that's really good. Overall, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not sure. His composure's less. His positioning's a little bit less. His vision's a little bit less. Communication, command of area's a little bit better. Reflexes are better. If it's combined with composure and decisions, it's probably good. Well, composure and decisions are not bad. He rushes out a lot, but he's only got 9 for acceleration. He's conceding less than a goal a game. 62% pass completion, 2.5 saves per 90, 6.69. Double-footed, strong and very strong. Fairly ambitious. Pros unhappy. I suppose that means unhappy. It's good that he might actually be able to be signed then, yeah? Exempt from registration. Do you reckon we can get him on loan? Let's play as a sweeper keeper. Well, I suppose that would make sense with the rushing out. What about this guy as well? And then what was Brighton? Krajek, was he playing or is he someone to loan in? He's only got one game, so tell you what, let's try on the low side then. Let's start at nothing and work our way up, shall we? So, okay. Maybe a couple of options there for goalkeepers. Busby's gone out to Notts County, so that's one less player to worry about in terms of squad registrations. I mean, that looks fun. That looks fun. Balanced personality as well. I think if we need another 140 grand, let's try that cheap first of all. Always then go up if needs be. See where we end up with that. Good shout, Matty. Just waiting for news to come back for these bids now then. Clubs are making loan bids. Let me keep where he is at the minute. No movement for Jason Johnson just yet. Let's move that up to 100. View him as a fringe player. That's the thing, in it. I'll tell you what. Let's not even quibble. Let's just work out, right? How much do you want? 1.7. 240 grand. That's better. That's much better. Let's take those two off. See what we get for that. Right. We haven't got that sort of money just yet. So it's no go for Rajic. Comparing Archer and Johnson. Sort of much of a muchness again, aren't they, really? They're pretty much identical. I know it looks like you've got one or two outliers in the attributes, but there's not a great deal between them. The fact that Archer's 2-footed is pretty good. Then again, we might need two goalkeepers because they're not, the goalkeepers we've got aren't very good. Or it's 400 grand for Aipo. Who's sort of potentially better all around. But again, only minimal. This feels very much like trying to sort of like look at Caddy and go, right, like, you know, how do we improve upon Caddy? This is an interesting metric though, the fact that his decision making is better than Johnson's. I like that, and I like the fact his leadership's a little bit higher. Whether that has any bearing or not, a fickle goalkeeper you did, Woolrich. Yeah, you absolutely did. I don't know whether that's much of a muchness or not, but decision making feels high. Feels like it should be important. But by that token, then Archer's decision making is better. Anticipation's roughly the same as well. What about getting Caddy? I mean, that's another one again, isn't it? That's another thing for consideration, to be like, right, chuck it all back in. Thing is, could Caddy step up from East Fife? What about Sligo? He's not much worse than what you've got, to be honest. First touch isn't very good, of course. I mean, he looks fine. Agility's a bit worrying. Vision's not very good for this division as well, so he would struggle, I think, in terms of distributing the ball out. But then you look at that and it's like 82% pass completion, 6.97. He's not bad. He's not, like, how is he not bad? Goalkeeping decisions. There's three decent ones there, and we need to work out which one is the better one. Caddy to Sligo. I don't think we go for him. He's having a good season at East Fife, but there's a couple of those attributes I'm a little bit unsure about. I think Evening Tom Spark, how are you, pal? Ask about the work permit situation. Unfortunately, would probably fail to get a work permit. Okay. Right. Okay. Fair enough then. Things must be bad if we're considering caddy. We're just leaving no stone unturned at this point. You know, why would we not consider him? I think is where we need to be, right? Right. So Johnson's an option. He wants to be a backup keeper as well. $3,000. Let's give him $3,000 then. Fine. Tiny little bit more than he's getting, to be honest. At Coventry. And we'll see what we can get out of this game against West Brom. They're currently sat 19th. Aipo's unsure about negotiating terms. He would prefer a contract which could see him profit from a transfer fee we receive from him. I mean, well, we'll see about that. Allow the club to treat the player as a stepping stone. Yes, that's fine. 2.8. 2.8's not very much, to be honest. Minimum fee release clause, 850 grand. Don't be so silly. Surely we need more than that. That's nothing, right? You get none of that sell-on fee percentage, that's for certain. Right, he's an option. He's an option. And you know what? Let's put Cameron Archer in as an option as well. Right, so all three keepers we've discussed terms with. Do we have an order of preference as to which one we think we would go for? It's time for a poll, isn't it? Let's get some polls up. Keeper preference. So it's Archer, Johnson, and Aipo. Aipo, Archer, and Johnson. Put them in alphabetical order because obviously some people will kick off at the idea that it's not in alphabetical order. So there you go. What are we reckoning? I like the blonde bomber Johnson. I mean, the thing is, I like them all. They're all good, and they all are definitely what we need, and an upgrade on what we've got. Granted, not massively, but you know, just is better than not, isn't it? Oh no! If we're gonna call him Boris, then we can't have Johnson, can we? We can't. Let's give Romario Price a run out on the wing. Actually, I'm going to see what he can do out there. I'm going to get him to go on attack as well. That's put me off him. Yeah, same here. Romario's in. Romario is in. That makes some interesting. Gives us something interesting to think about, doesn't it? Colin O'Rourke's probably not going to be in, and Thomas Stacey. Looks like a handy midfielder, to be honest, so maybe we go for him as well. That's 25, so long shots is good, passing's good, determination, decisions, anticipation, balance. He's another central midfield option. He's been at Villa, hasn't he? Important first teamer. I mean, squad player. Ooh, Archer's the option. 10 grand for Stacey. Archer won the vote, and it was split between Aipo and Johnson. And I think the fact that someone called him Boris is what's knocked down the possibility of getting him in. I was like, yeah, we could go. No, actually, no, not now. Okay, let's go then. Huddersfield versus West Brom. We're in that 4-3-3 again. Trying to see if it works. Jeffrey Archer. And they're playing a 4-2-3-1. Okay. We're at home. Let's see if we can impose ourselves on the game. Ball up for Mbenda. Hasn't managed to get to it. Putney collects it. 4 points behind MK Dons at the start of the game. Remember that. Millwall and Gillingham 3 points ahead of us. Then Birmingham on 52. Rotherham have just moved up to 46 points. Much more positive goal difference than we've got as well. The problem we've got is that we haven't got a goalkeeper in before the Papa John's quarter-final. So I'm wondering about whether or not Coxey's going to start in goal in the quarter-finals of the Papa John's. Stee him heads over the top. Or whether we just get a goalkeeper and go, right, we don't believe in Coxey enough. Whoever's just come in and hasn't even got a squad number yet can be in and be the first choice goalkeeper. 15 minutes in, Romario Price gets his first goal for the club, and Gavin Brash is in with 5 months. Appreciate it, Gavin Brash. Hi, pal. Welcome. Sorry for the other night, mate, when we raided over to you and let's just say we didn't quite get the boom. But dust yourself down, mate. We go again. You know, does Lucas give her a penalty? It was on the edge of the area. Roberts. 1-0. Feeling the ball coming on, getting Romario. Well, we hope so. Lucas is going to lose his vote, isn't he? Botting it from 11 points clear is an effort. It is a little bit, to be honest. Oh! Akameya's just headed the ball off the underside of the bar. It looked like he was all ready to go. Loving West Brom's late 70s kit. It's cracking, isn't it? That's what they've got in real life, though, isn't it, I think? So yeah, look how high we are. Okay, maybe we just pull back a smidge. Try and draw them out a bit. The problem is when they play those balls down the channels, we've got to worry about them. Here's Price on a yellow card. Inside gives the ball away. This is coming in, headed away. Oh! 5 points from the last 5 games. Bruges took 19 from the last 7. Playing every 3 games days. That's not fair. Oh, it's not. And you know what? The thing with Belgium is absolutely batshit how they play it as well, isn't it? The league is crazy. You know, it's absolutely crazy. Trying to work out what to do. You know, isn't it? They split it and then they sort of like everything's. I think the points are halved or something like that. I'm sure that's how they do it. Rodoni's not having a good game, is he? 6'4". Mambenda's on at 6'5". So Lloyd Lewis might be warming himself up again. Rodoni gets the tackle in. I'm going to drop down a little bit. Barton's in with 5 months as well. Appreciate you, Barton. Nearly a whole year, mate. Nearly half a year. Support is very, very kind. Thank you. Oh, give it away. Mambenda over the top. You know what? I think we bring off Rodoni and put Lloyd Lewis on. What can we do? 5 behind Millwall now. A little bit more direct. 10 shots, 2 on target, 62% possession. It's like, it's all good having the ball, but if you don't do anything with it. Ooh, offside, thankfully. Hayden Lindy, George Lucas on a 6'4". It's not quite the performance we're expecting from him. Nice challenge by Satori. Price gets the ball forward. Question is, do we go 4-4-2? Do we give Lloyd Lewis a little bit of support in front? Do we move Romaro Price up front? He's got a goal from the wing. There's Lloyd Lewis. There's Mambenda. Ball through. There's Lloyd Lewis is through. Oh! Nearly. Almost a little through ball as well there. This. Gardner with a free kick. Up and over off the bar. Hughes nearly gets it. We will tackle. I don't think we do it? Because the thing is, we are putting everything in. Satori. Out to Harrison. Back to Satori. Akamea. Stearman in for Lloyd Lewis. Handball. Surely ref. Offside. Let's go for shoot on sight. Up the tempo a bit, go a bit wider. See if we can stretch the play a bit more. It's the fact that West Brom at 19, going to a penalty to take them back in the game. Doesn't seem fair somehow. Bender swings it in. Oh! Akimura at the back post. Akimura nods it away. Harrison's not having a good game. Oof! I thought we conceded again there. British Steel asks Count Bluefooler. This is what it is. You have to win everything in England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. 35 trophies to win. We've currently won 8 of them. So we're getting there slowly. This is season 12. This is our 7th club, I believe. So we're working our way. Ian Willy Wonka, how are you? Yo, indeed. Nice. Which ones we won? We'll show you in a wee second. Getting promoted does count as a trophy. Yes, that's right, Monret. Yeah, we've got a little graphic that shows you what we've done and what we've won. I guess more importantly, what we've not won at this point. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. How? It's Cox, isn't it? It's Cox is he's the worst. Just what's he doing? You always see saves in England. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Willy Wonka, we tried to avoid it for as long as we could. We started in Northern Ireland, so we've only just ended up in England. This is the second time we've ended up in England. We started in Northern Ireland, then we went to Oxford after that. So this is what we've done so far. This is where we currently are. So this is what we've won. Started off in Banbridge, Northern Ireland, 3rd Division of Northern Irish Football. Got promoted into the Championship. Won a cup. Went to Portadown in the Championship, got nothing. Moved to Dungannon, who were a team in the Premiership at that time. Won a cup. They were going to get relegated, so we jumped ship. Got the job at Linfield, who finished second the season before, won the Premiership, and won a cup as well. So then moved to England to come to Oxford United, who were in the National League at the time. Got them promoted the second time asking by winning the National League. Then of course we got into League 2. We were runners up in League 2, but we also won the FA Trophy, so that's 3 trophies in that sense for Oxford. East Fife, we got nothing in a year, and now we are at Huddersfield Town. This is what it looks like in the grand scheme of things right there. So pretty decent, to be honest, pretty decent. Not too bad. It's a long-term challenge, so I'm not wanting to get it done in 20 seasons, but yeah, we might need to get a little bit of a move on, I think. Although we've got the Papa John's Cup coming up next, and we need to win that game. Need to win that game desperately, because I'm not convinced that 4-3-3 is the formation. But already I'm like, do we change? Do we panic and put something new in? I'm going to save until next FM. I'm not switching. Yeah. What is it you're doing at the minute? What's your save right now? Because I think something like that could sort of work. Doing a save that I support. You're doing Gothenburg. Nice. Big fan of a Scandinavian save, to be honest. Sticking with Mbemba over Price. I don't know. I'll tell you what. How about we do this? Stick him there. Because Price was out on the wing, to be honest. So he scored a goal from the wing. That's what we've got to think of. He didn't do anything in the second half. Try to build a reputation on the Champions League second season. Didn't like it. Yeah, Champions League can be a bit unforgiving, can't it? To be honest, that's the problem. Right, I think we have to stay. I think we have to stay with what we've got so far. I don't think we can mess around. I think we have to trust what has come before us. But we need to do something different. Actually, Harrison be the DLP. Harrison could be the DLP, couldn't he? And Garnett with the standard centre midfielder. Ian and Beyond Ultra, how are you, pal? Welcome in. He could be a Mez on support. He could get in. Actually, he's going to be in the wrong place. So Harrison could go there. He could be the DLP there. Gardner can then run into the space that's been left here. Bringing us a bit back was a good decision. Well, I mean, having them in like as a four, like that. Could be. Defensive wingers on support. I don't think he's a defensive winger though, is he? He's not really got the. We're sort of losing losing his creativity, really. Like if we pull him back a bit. I mean, we've got Batty to go around him as well. So looking on that, so you know, he's going to get up and across like that. Maybe Radoni we sort of use as an invert. Maybe we use him to cut inside. Has he got a cut inside trait? Advanced playmaker on out wide. Gets forward. Tries killer balls. Arrives late. Tries tricks. Wide playmaker. Try that. Right, Lucas has gone sadly, so all that means nothing now that the force has left. We're not going to bother with Caddy. One midfielder needs to be an AMC, shadow striker. Thing is, what is becoming increasingly obvious is it needs to be that. Whether I like it or not, it needs to be that. Do you know what I mean? And I hate that, but that's essentially where we're at. Do you know what I mean? Because that's essentially what it needs to be. And then Dempsey goes there. Embrace the 4-4-2. I hate 4-4-2. I just hate it so much. Evening, Jebru. How are you, pal? Welcome. Hope life is treating you good. What's happening in your world? Colin Wanker. It's not really an insult. I agree with whatever it is you've said. I agree. Back from London. Ugh. Yuck. mean, we could do that. That might give us a little bit of... Wasn't Gardner better going forward than sitting? He is. He is. Which is why, look at that. All of a sudden, you get back to that again. Do you know what I mean? See? Acronym for Neil Warnock. Ah, I got you. So, this is the thing. All these players are better at getting forward. Gets forward whenever possible. Runs with the ball. Yeah. Look for players with weak roles. But then if you turn him to centre midfield and attack, then what? Oh yeah, you got to move into there. They're all weak roles. Yeah. I'm worrying as well as to whether or not it's just... Are we trying to change too much too quickly? Like, do we just think about the obvious stuff? Richie in with 3 months there. Appreciate it, Richie. Very, very kind indeed. Do we just keep it as a standard? You know, sort of 4-3-3. She asked the assistant to pick the best 11. Oh, that's cheating, isn't it? We don't want that. This is a cup game. Like, we need to know what we're doing here. That's what the assistant's for. They're suggesting play like Braden Wellens. He's not playing. He's not playing at all. Kazumu, he's not playing. Barnett, he's not playing. This is literally, or use the second team. You know? Mez on support on a box to box. So that would have to be that side, wouldn't it? And a Mez. So that would have to be like that. Fall back on support, maybe, rather than... Actually, wing back on support should be fine. Try Braden Wellens, got some funny jokes in the pub. Hey. Bum. It's good though, I like it. How was London? How was London, Jeb? Was it awful? Because it is awful. Oh, London is awful. It's looking... I don't care what anyone says. London's a horrible place. You look at what it's been, Gardner and Harrison arriving to take on shots. To be fair, we've just had a couple of bad results. It happens, doesn't it? Let's take that off. Right, maybe higher the tempo up a little bit. You know? Dribble less. We'll see. Take whole shape off. That might work. Rather exciting how it looks the way, but it's all a nightmare. Builders being delayed. It's what it's like, innit? It's the 24-hour city that shuts at 11. You know, that's London for you. Go, no one will respect you. Right, 200 grand for Johnson. He can come in. He can come in right now. And then we can also get Archer as well. So should we get them both? Because I think our goalkeeping options are pretty poor. Installing 24 PS5s and Nintendo Switches. Oh, okay. Cameron Archer now wants to be on the transfer list. Well, be on the transfer list all you want, Cameron Archer. You're potentially coming in on loan for us. Arsenal saw a show in London a few years back now. Oh, mate, yeah, it was a while ago, actually, wasn't it? Charlton have made a bid for Archer. Really, what a bunch of bastards. Yeah, no, that was good. I thoroughly enjoyed that. It was cracking. Was that when we did? So would that have been the show when we did it for SI, which was at the Dingwalls, or would it have been the show that we did at the Museum of Comedy, or Leicester Square Theatre. Actually, we did as well. So did a few. Camden Locks, that's the one. Great night that. It's a lot of fun. Camden's your area. I quite like Camden. Camden's alright. Got some mates who live down there. But again, as with most of London, I'd rather not be there. You know, it talks a good game, London, doesn't it? It gives us like, oh yeah. You know, everything's great, everything's fun around here. You're just like, I don't think anyone really enjoys living here. Like, I just think they all feel like they have to say that they enjoy living there, but I don't really know if they do. Thomas Stacey's in. There's a new midfielder. That's good. That'll give us another option in midfield. Right. Let's put him in for this guy here, actually. Media and culture, way too London centric. That's true. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Says a man from the north. Everyone lives there for 14 years, getting tired of it. Everyone wants your money. Yeah. That's nice. The north where it's at. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you don't want money, then yeah, the north's definitely where it's at. If you like poorly subsidised things, then I'd totally come up here. It's great. I'm worried that Charlton are trying to get Archer from under our noses here. Lived on the outskirts of London for 18 years, couldn't pay me enough now to move back. Evening Standard is way better than the Yorkshire Post, though. Ooh. I mean, probably. Not that I read either, but it's not like the Yorkshire Post has got any news, to be honest. Like, nothing's really happening. Man finds vegetable that looks like vegetable. That's where we're at. Deadpool, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Let's get the teams drawn. We play Gillingham if we beat Charlton. And then it's either Stockport or Crewe or Woking in the final. Okay. If this doesn't make us want to win it, nothing will. Away at Charlton. Short passing, low crosses, work the ball in the box, lower tempo, hold the shape. So basically everything that we've just unticked, they're suggesting go back to that. Did your team get a scout report on Ross County? They did. They came back and said he was okay. So we can maybe revisit that. Mbemba needs resting. Do we try Lloyd Lewis up front? Thanks to the bit of the weekend. No, mate, no, you're very welcome. You're very welcome indeed. Chat to you soon. Catch you soon, Vice. Pleasure to see you in. Yeah, no, well, we always try and jump into places we've not streamers we've not seen before. So we saw you on and we were like, oh yeah, we like the cut of this guy's jib. So jumped in. It looked like you're having fun as well. So that also helps when you're trying to pick someone to raid into. Can you check Radoni's history? Yeah, all Huddersfield. All Huddersfield. Do we just chuck him up front? Maybe. One of our own. Isn't he just? Yorkshire born and bred. So it was fun last night. It went all a bit wrong. I've got residual pain. We all end up like that. Don't worry. Because how about we go with something that way that, I don't know, maybe we give give Ben Musa a run out or Campbell a run out on the left. He's a Wimbledon boy. He's not really, is he? He's taking his Yorkshire citizenship test. He's one of ours now. Not that I can claim, of course, not being from Yorkshire myself, but Harry Barnett. Tell you what, let's try it. I don't know. How north of Kingston. I've got no idea. I don't know. I'm a bit concerned that this is just something's just not, the balance just isn't quite there. Unless I put Price up front, put Campbell out on the wing, get a striker that bangs 30 goals a season. It should do, yeah. That's the thing, Weezy. Yeah, just get a striker that scores loads of goals. I think that's definitely what I should be doing. Come on then, let's go for it. Right. We're going. Johnson's in. Stacey's in. Yeah, for $2.5 a week, exactly. And if we can get a world-class goalkeeper as well, then we'll be flying. For a loan, I don't think that you can get, if someone can get 30 goals, then I don't think they're going to be available for loan. But I understand what you mean, though. Like, try and get someone in from the higher divisions, get them to come down, see if they can do it. But it's mid-season. It's trying to get a player in League One. There's Mario Price is just pinging over the top. He's got 12 goals for Dundee, so only 2 goals at Leeds we can grab. Well, if you listen to the Football Manager show today, and you'll have heard that we obviously try to work out when to bring the youngsters in. Offside. 60-year-old Zlatan. Miles off. Because what we need to work out is whether or not that player is the right player. Because it's all well and good saying, okay, let's go and get an up-and-coming striker from Man City, say. What if he then? What if he then isn't the? What if he isn't the answer? Do you know what I mean? Like, what if he's not the answer? Then what? So it was a revelation, taking penalties, replacing with finishing. Oh, mate, yeah. Get rid of finishing for penalty takers. You want penalty taking, you want composure. That's what you need. It's got balanced as well, actually. Then you send him home. Yeah, but then the transfer window's closed and you haven't got anyone else in there. So I mean, we've got Lewis. I mean, let's try and just see what we've got. See if it can work out. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Did you get fired from Fife? No, we didn't actually, Cranes. We got offered the chance to be interviewed by Derby County, which surprised us because we didn't think we were doing pretty well. We didn't think we were doing well. Oh, we thought we were doing really badly, and because of the fact that they said, look, do you want to come and have an interview? We were like, well, actually, maybe we could get a job in League One or in the Championship, and that's sort of what forced our hand a little bit, to be honest. New keepers showcases some impressive arm flapping. Yeah, I mean, at least he's not doing a Cox just yet. Of course, it's now a corner, so let me just rewind that. They just don't seem to be getting the foot on the ball at all, do they? Just keep hoofing it, yeah, with that short mentality. That short short passing style and balanced mentality, they're just hoofing it. They're just not seeming to be interested in retaining possession. So tiki-taka gone wrong. Oof. It's like they don't listen to you. No, Will Rich. We're not going down that line. It's possible that they might not listen to me, but they need to listen to me at least for the Papa John's. If we win the Papa John's trophy, they can just, that's fine. Don't need to listen to me anymore after that. Let's try and get the ball down the left-hand side. Gardner's not really having a great time as a box-to-box, is he? Put Stacey in there. Dempsey's dropping back a bit too much, I'm guessing, maybe. Overlap on the left. Check. But the thing is, I mean, I guess that Batty's probably going to naturally do that anyway, with being on a wing back on attack. So we'll see. But then again, the ball's not actually gone to Radoni out on the left, so it's been difficult to work out what to do because we've not really seen them actually get the ball. It's been all Charlton, really. Price dinks it up. Stacey picks the second ball, loses it. Dempsey just stands and watches. Oh, carved open. Can you see the progress graphic? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Sartori gets the ball away. Price, lovely turn. Turn of pace as well. Who's he got with him in support? Anybody? Campbell. Heads through again. Campbell picks up. Dinks it in. Deflected. Radoni with a header. That's better. It's a little bit better. But it's also not much better because it hasn't really yielded anything at this point. Maybe we now go attacking, possibly? Don't know. I'm always worried to sort of do any tweak after a highlight because it's like, oh, things were going well. Okay, take a free kick, that's fine. Come here. Gets it forward. Dempsey. Stacey. Looks for Price. He finds him. Oh. Debut assist for Stacey. Picks it up. Price is away. In past the keeper. There we go. 1-0. Right. Let's just go cautious for a second. Slow that down a bit. Be a bit disciplined for the next few minutes. Maybe even go standard width. Sartori's on the yellow card. Thomas Stacey. It is, yeah. We got him in as a free transfer loan, yeah. He was been released by Villa, so we thought, right, let's get him on a trial, have a little look at him. He looks fairly decent, so I think we pick him up. Good saving, good play, no save. Oh, okay. Where's he at for you, Dan? Oh, hang on. Come on. It's a Leicester, is he? Sartori, Stacey, Sartori. Head away. Batty. Doesn't quite win the corner. Stacey again with the ball. Through for Harrison. He's in. Oh! First time we've seen him break through. Rodoni. Dempsey with an effort. It's never going in from there. Harrison's on a 6-5. What do we think? Do we move Harrison for Rodoni? Make Rodoni a Roman playmaker, or advanced playmaker, sorry, on attack. Harrison can then be switched for Ben Musa. Still got Lloyd Lewis on the bench as well, haven't we? So we could possibly do that. Maybe move Ben Musa there. Stick Price as a winger. Ben Musa's got 14 acceleration. Campbell's got 16. Price has got 13. Or is it time for man bender? Is Lloyd Lewis good in the air? Not really. Not really. He is a poacher. He needs to be there as a 2, but I can't really risk 2 players up front at this point. I'll tell you what. Side forwards alongside him, do you reckon? Let's try that. Unless you play 2 up front, 2 DMs and 1 CM. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Trouble is Rodoni's the guy who we need to be the fella to create something. Oh God, Sartori's giving it away. Oof. Sartori's on a 6-6. He's giving the ball away there as well. Let's try that. Let's give it away. Stacey gets the tackle in. There we go. Lloyd Lewis picks it up. Oh, almost gets away. Not quite though. Oh. Come here, over the top. Campbell picks it up. Oh. I've got no idea how we're still in this. I've got no idea. We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be. We should be dead and buried. And we might be in a second. How did we avoid that? Is me on a back 3 formation is actually really good. They are. They're very, very good. Very good indeed. Batty picks it up. Hughes over the top. Lloyd Lewis can't chase on that, unfortunately. Hydrate, I will in a second, Dan. Ball's inside. It's getting nervy now. Straight at Johnson. And they've got essentially 4 strikers, 2 inside forwards, an AP. No wonder they're tearing at us. Oh, come off it. No. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Straight down the fucking goalkeeper as well. Yeah, I think it went right through, straight through. Even sports match. We've just been knocked out of the Papa John's at the quarter-final stage. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Right? It's not the end of the world. What it does mean, though, is it means that I have to think of something slightly different now. We're going up. We could still go up. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. How's about we... How's about we change it up a bit? I think once we work out what system we need, then we'll be able to go from there. Like, because at the minute, we don't know. Like, at the minute, we just don't know. Like, what is the best system? No idea. Like, even something like that, or even... Like, do you know what I mean? Something that's going to be, like, a bit out there. Evening Ends, how are you, buddy? To be fair, it ended pretty much as we expected. Well, it didn't end as we expected, really. It ended very surprisingly because we got offered the chance to go to But we got offered an interview at Derby County, which was really bizarre. Because when they offered us that, we were like, all right, that's interesting. What can we do here? And from there, the options came about that we could, basically we thought, right, let's see what else is around. And it turned out there was an option to come here to Huddersfield. Evening, Cousin Bob. How are you, buddy? Welcome in. We're looking like the new David Wagner. I mean, to be fair, I feel a little bit like Wagner from the X Factor at this point. Is control possession the way forward? Maybe. I mean, I think we've got some good passes of the ball, and we've been a little bit suckered into that, to thinking, right, that could be the way to make things work, but maybe it's not. Wagner at Schalke. As I say, Wagner at the X Factor, I think, to be honest. How's it going at the town? Well, to be fair, it's a bit of an up and downer, Bob. You've just joined us at a bit of a difficult time. We've just been knocked out of the Papa John's trophy in the quarterfinals. Really, really gutting, if I'm honest, because we thought it was going to be a trophy that we could win. But more importantly, it's obviously a trophy that we haven't won. That's what's more worrying. So, never mind. There's something that we can do. You know, we can make stuff a little bit better. We're just trying to work out what the best use of our team actually is, because I think there's definitely something we can do, but I'm not quite sure. Wide midfielder. Let's get him on attack. Right, I'm going to try that. We're rather 9th, away from home. What can possibly go wrong? Let's have a go. How was your streaming, Bob? How was it? Was it Cossack Cup night tonight? I think Wednesdays tend to be Cossack Cup, don't they? And Gobu, right? You can go out. He's agreed terms. That's good. That was quick. It was a new winner. Who won? Aipo wants to join. You got a donut. Evening, big man on campus. How are you, buddy? Welcome in. Caligo Morningstar. I don't think I've seen Caligo Morningstar. I'll have to keep our eyes peeled. Do we bring 2 goalkeepers in? Dan beat Bob 5-1. Nice work. Let's offer Brooks out. Do we bring him in? Yeah. Right, 2 goalkeepers are brought in. Ironically, it looks like we're not going to be able to get Archer. David and Rocco, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. Caddy apparently good enough to play in League One by all accounts. I'm trying to think as well and hoping that we're not under pressure already, because we've only been here a few weeks. And I'm now like, due to the club being a takeover process, we've altered the 5-year plan. Okay. Didn't realise we actually were in the takeover process. I know there was talk of a potential takeover, but last guy got 189 days, you got ages. True. I agree with Schalke with that, right? Oh, all of a sudden Matthew Cox has trained well. About time. We bring 2 goalkeepers in, and he's like all of a sudden going, oh shit. Maybe I have to pull maybe I have to start doing better. Are we getting a tycoon? I don't know. Part of me thinks it'll be, if anything, I think part of me thinks it'll be an internal takeover, so we'll not get too much more money. That's a former Huddersfield player on his way to Fenerbahce, which means we get £6,000. All good, Chuck. All good, Chuck. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing all right. We're in a bit of an interesting one at the minute, I think, where we're trying to sort of work out what our teams are going to be going forward, and how we try and make this team happen, because we're not really all over the place. We're a new team, you know, and because we're new, it's just a bit tricky trying to get that balance, you know. 6,000, now you can get a striker. Yeah, 30 goal a seasoner as well. Easy. Right, I'll tell you what, let's put Aipo in goal. Johnson on the bench. Whether it's through blind faith or what, I don't know, but I'm going to stick with, for some reason, I'm going to stick with Manbender up front. Price out wide. I don't know why it seems like it might work. It probably won't, but now got Harrison as the shadow striker. He's probably better as an AMC, but he can probably play there. Come on then, let's try it. Sorry, tinkering with a 3-4-1-2. Have I used that? I have. I've dabbled a little bit Monty Kramer, but I don't know if it's going to be something that we're going to use going forward. But I think we're just trying to we're trying to understand what we've got with regards to the players and to the sort of expectations, really. So at this moment in time, everything's on the table. Like all options are being considered. So we're currently 6 points off the playoffs, so we do need to start picking up some wins. We're on a 0 goal difference as well. Although we've only been here like sort of 5 games, 6 games, so we are trying to impose ourselves on a team that's already there. And you know, EFL license graphics are perfect, aren't they? It's absolutely perfect. Right. Let's go positive. Have we got enough defenders for a 5-3-2? We probably have now. Now we bought Hughes. So we've got Hughes, we've got Teo, and we've got Akamea, Hughes, and obviously Dempsey can drop into centre back as well. So we've moved him out to midfield, haven't we, at this point? Dempsey with the header there. So we could go 5-3-2, but it's then it's trying to work out the correct sort of like positioning for those three midfielders, that little midfield diamond. Let's try to work out where we put Radoni, whether he ends up just having to go up front. Like, is that where he fits best? Is it staring us in front? Is it just staring us in the face right now, going like, it's a striker? Why are we not just playing him as a striker? Plays him very tired compared to the opposition. Yeah, there's definitely players that are needing a rest. But we're asking them to do a lot of work, I think. More blocked. Banda. That's what you want. Just hold the ball up. Harrison takes it out wide. Thinks about it. Wins a free kick. That'll do. One shot. That's all we've had. One shot. Radoni is tired, isn't he? He's tired. Dempsey's tired. Let's see what. Let's put Dellison in for Dempsey. And let's put Campbell for Radoni, maybe? Actually, no, I'll tell you what. I'm going to put Campbell for Morrison. Radoni can go. Radoni can go there. We've got a fitness coach. We can certainly check. We've got, in terms of our coaching staff, it looked like when we moved in we were pretty good compared to the rest of the league. So if we haven't got one, I imagine we can get one. But remember as well, it's January period, so busy period of time for footballers. Great ball. There's Price through. Old Ardizzle gets another goal. Woolrich has just been he's just ticking off his scouting badges, isn't he? Scouting badges are getting ticked here. Ditch counter press and go with counter instead. Yeah, try and preserve a bit of energy, I think. I think at the minute we're just, as I say, just trying to work out what they can do. I think there'll be a beautiful irony if we can get the Oxford system working. Can you put a word in with RDF? I mean, hey, I can, but you know, you'll have seen on the podcast today, it's me in the tactics garage, so we'll have to see if we can get you some scouting work, shall we? Can you get to Georgia? Stacey moves the ball back outside. Campbell, Radoni gives it away. I think you tinker too much. I think so as well, Ghost. I think so. Stacey. Price is through again. Oh. I think what I'm trying to work out at this point, Ghost, I'm trying to work out what the players can and can't do. And it's catch-22 in it. I either leave it and it doesn't work and I'm like, oh, I should have done that. Or I do it and I go, oh, I shouldn't have done that. Like, it's just, yeah. I think once we become a bit more aware of everybody, we should know what's going on. Batty's gone down injured. Bugger. That's not helpful in the slightest. go to the centre? Oh, we can put Denilson there, actually. Dallison there. And then Boardman. That's my thinking. That's my thinking. Try that. Second season back up is the hardest. I speak from experience. Well, in terms of getting back up into division, yeah, usually, because the thing is, you think the first season is where you just sort of get yourself all settled. Yeah, right. I know what I'm doing now. I've survived. Got my sort of counter pressing setup working, and you're done. And after that, it's like, right, now what? Do I push on? Like, how do I see this going? 10 minutes to go. 1-0 up against Rotherham. Big game, of course, as well. More in terms of establishing yourself again. Yeah. Especially as well when you're in like a lower division as well, because you've obviously you'll have lost a lot of players in the summer. You'll have recouped and recruited. I know you don't like me clicking, Ghost. But just be a little bit more cagey at this point. Well, that's a price. Got some. Get some chalk on your boots. Back inside Stacey. There. Stacey playing the ball in tight areas. That's not particularly useful. Well accepted though. Satori, Campbell. Satori keeps going. Pulls it back from Man Bender. Straight at the defenders though. That would have been an incredibly undeserved second goal, I think. Allison Price gives the ball away. Swarby, former Oxford player. Chukwuemeka. Intercepted. Stacey gets it away. Goes in. Oh. That was a bit close. That was a little bit close. Still 6 points behind Millwall. Coming into the final few seconds. Can we do what we need to do now? Yes, we can. Of course we can. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. Three points. There. We can do it. We've done it before. We'll do it again. Right, going back to what we have done previously. 11 days for Batty out with a gashed leg. We looked all right. I mean, we were. Price was very good. I think maybe we didn't have as much of the attacking players we maybe wanted to, but maybe at this point it's just a case of right. Have a quick look. You know, can the team play? Can we hold the ball? You know, attempting the passes in the midfield, which is good. Winning the ball back in midfield, losing the ball in the midfield as well, actually, which is not really ideal, but everything going down that left-hand side. Hughes getting a lot of the ball. 161, 131 for Travis once he moved out wide as well. So yeah, that left-hand side overload. Try and get the ball out to Radoni, see if he can make something happen. But in terms of the momentum, we weren't really in the game, to be honest, were we? But history books say 1-0 win. That's what we need, right? We had 61% of the possession though, so we had a lot of the ball. 5 shots, 2 goals. 5 shots, 2 on target, 1 goal. Yeah, we'll take that. Jameson ball starting to show. I mean, I'm not getting too carried away just yet, Zar, but yeah. Clean sheet is always an improvement. Can't grumble. We've brought in what? We've brought in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players in January as well. It is possibly too many. Again, there's always going to be a concern. Obviously, not everyone's going to be first teamers. Some players might end up leaving. Some players, of course, that are in the squad right now might end up leaving. Play Hull next. Currently second. At home, so that's a slightly better draw for us. A fixture for us, I should say, sorry. Let's have a look at training, because we don't really want to be doing endurance training at this time of season. This is like... Right. Teamwork and match tactics. Physical training, no. Let's do chance creation and chance conversion. Let's do a bit of team bonding. Let's do some more tactical stuff. Teamwork, maybe? Yeah. Then do some set pieces, attacking corners. That might work, I think. Right, I think we're probably going to miss out on Archer, because we don't need to bring 3 goalkeepers in the January window, do we? That's probably too much, I think. Is there anyone we can sell? Let's look at players that we can leave. So I think Ogiena could probably leave. Let's get him transfer listed as well, actually. Ralston's already listed. Nobody wants to go. We can't get rid of him, sadly. But there was 21s. What's your take on Mitrovic? What happened? What happened? Like, because obviously you'll know me. I don't really follow Premier League football. Did he push the referee or something? Is that what I've heard? Is that what I've read? And if he did he push the ref, or was it one of those like handbags things? Because from what I gather, it just seemed to be like absolute madness, right? Has a history with the ref as well. Oh, right, okay. I mean, that doesn't necessarily excuse him, does it? Pulled the ref's arm to face and was shouting in his face. What's the Premier League? Good questions are. Good question. Talking about giving Mitrovic a 10-game ban. Well, as I say, without seeing it, if he's put his hands on the referee, then yes, you will get 10 games, because it has to be a deterrent. Do you know what I mean? It has to be a deterrent. I think Di Canio got 10, didn't he? Back in the day. I mean, he did that push on the ref. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, he puts his arm on him. It is aggressive. You know you shouldn't touch a referee. Like, you know you shouldn't. He's not gone to the lengths of pushing him over like what Di Canio's done. But I mean, it's stupid more than anything, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. Like, it's not like there's been... I mean, yeah, the main thing is that everybody knows that you can't touch a referee. So he shouldn't have done whatever he's done. Simple as that. Right, whether that's right or wrong, that's where we are, you know. Bruno Fernandes pushed the linesman, not a word's being said. Yeah, that's always going to be the footage of De Gea screaming referee's face, nothing. I mean, yeah, you can feel frustrated, obviously, that it's gone to your team and not the other team, obviously, because that's the way that it is. You know, there's always going to be those favoritisms towards the larger teams in the league, rightly or wrongly, massively wrongly, of course. But I guess there's also that thing of like, you know, just everyone should just like it's not a surprise. Like, this is not new information, you know. Like, none of this has been like, oh, I didn't realize you couldn't push a referee. I didn't realize you couldn't put your hands on a referee. Like, yeah, everyone knows you can't do that. So what's this? This is the whole thing collectively, is it, Dan? Right. So there's a VAR thing that's happened first of all, is it? Manager, then he has to go to the manager. Right. But again, I mean, like, managers should know better. Everyone should know better. Like, you can't excuse any sort of like reaction to referees and stuff, you know? Because he's clearly said something and he's gone for him again, and he's got right up in his face. So that's a much longer video. That's intimidation. So, and I'm aware, obviously, you know, the Ghost just said there, yeah, like, you know, De Gea's done the same sort of thing. But you got to think, like, I always say, right, and I know it's reactionary, and I know it's like, you know, almost a bit too media-y, but you know there's going to be kids doing that on Saturdays and Sundays. They see their idols do it, and they think they can do it, and it's just like, I've got a mate of mine. I've got a mate who's a comedian, and his son plays in an under-11s league, and he put up on his Facebook this week that his 11-year-old son, right, threatened to knock the teeth out of the linesman. It's just like, hang on, come on, like, he's 11, and like, even my mate was just like, yeah, it's not good, that, is it? Like, it's just not right, you know. People pushing for 10 games should realise being racist only gives someone 8 games. The whole system needs overhauled. You know, I don't know. I just think it's all just a bit shit. Racism should get more, not pushing the ref should get less. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it, Euroman. Yeah, racism bans should get longer. Doesn't mean you have to then take it back away from the referee. Good point. Very good point. David Gallagher, the ref, got told to leave them to 9s for shouting at a ref. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all just stupid. You know? Ask yourself, does it matter? No. Therefore, move on. Right? Glenroy, hate when people get a ref, strikers miss chances, midfielders give the ball away, defenders score goals. Guess what? Refs make mistakes. It's part of the game. Yeah, exactly. They make mistakes. It's part of the game. So they've made the mistakes, and then everyone went, right, let's bring videos in to make sure that, you know, that the correct decisions are made. Videos got brought in, and everyone kicked off again and went, but the video says different to what I thought. And it's just like, right, okay, here we go again. You know, racism will be longer these days, I reckon, which would be a great thing. I don't think it would, though. That's the problem, Dan. I think that, you know, we've seen before that, you know, racism doesn't get anywhere near the ban it should get. Get sent to the championship for punishment. Why should our beautiful championship be sullied with Premier League footballers? You know what I mean? No, not at all. Don't believe that should be a thing. Right, there we go. We can maybe approach this Daniel Lewis. Could be an option as well. Here's the referee's opposite. Here's the opposite opinion. Until the referee's standing proves each team should get one free hit on the ref. No. Don't agree at all. Because then you could also say, well, until the standard of football improves, then the referee should be allowed to have one free hit on the players. What I'd like to see a referee just go up to a footballer and go, fuck off. You know what I mean? And then just walk away. Nah, fuck off. Give it that. Because you know the players would kick off about it. They'd be like, oh, you can't talk to me like that, we're footballers. But, you know what I mean? They'd kick off straight away if the referees went back to it and just went, right, fuck off. I mean, it's again though. There's always that comparison in it with like, oh, you know, look at rugby. But I don't know, it's a different sport, and that's like saying like, you know, look at snooker. You know, Oshaval, welcome in. Appreciate the prime. Very kind indeed. Look at the NFL. Right, here's the thing. Look at the NFL. Right, because their refs, and this is when I think the difference comes, is their refs explain their decisions to the stadium. And I think that's the difference. Because if players could, if the fans could understand what was going on, that helps everybody. And I think that's part of the problem. You know, I think that's part of the problem. Because you've got the things like the VAR came in and it's just all they see is, oh yeah, it's fine, it works, or you know, oh you know what, no, it like away you go. There's no explanation. Whereas like at least the referee comes on the microphone in the NFL and says, right, this is the situation, this is what the foul's for, this is what's going to happen next. And yeah, you get people kicking off about it, and of course it's not always going to work because guess what? It's human beings. That's the problem. Humans are doing this. You're wanting something to be 100% accurate. You can't have it 100% accurate. It wouldn't work, because if it's 100% accurate, then do you know what? It actually becomes really sanitized and really dull, and in fact more dull than what it currently is right now. Like if you made it 100% perfect, then it would be dull, because you'd all complain that there'd be nothing to talk about. Like you'd be like, oh well, yeah, that's that done. Oh, well, never mind. Yeah. Oh, you know what was great last night was when the referee got the right decision all the time. Walking away at the end of the match, going, well, I feel fairly treated. No one's gonna enjoy that, because then everyone will just complain about something else. You know. I do agree with your point, is that football is suffering from its chase of perfection and be better off accepting its own imperfections. Yeah, and like there's a humanistic side to it. Like that's the nuance of all sport should be, that it comes down to what happens there and then in the moment. You're right, players make mistakes, referees make mistakes, managers make mistakes. Like there has to be that level of culpability, you know? And just accept that if it was 100% perfect, would we enjoy it? Would we enjoy it as much? I don't think so. I think people now complaining about things like VAR, going, oh, you know, get rid of it. They're only saying get rid of it because, and again, this is my interpretation only. I watch very, very little Premier League football, but from what I can see, people don't want VAR because they didn't know what it was going to be used for. And then when it's been used for exactly what everyone sort of thought it was going to be used for, everyone's just went, yeah, but not all decisions, like not ones like that are a little bit borderline, like not those ones. We don't want those decisions looked at. We want the ones that are blatant, that don't really need a video decision. We want to see a line. We want to be able to draw that line, but but not that close, because that's really, I mean, that actually proves that we shouldn't really have had that goal. Yeah, can you make it a bit different to make it look like the referees made a mistake? Because I don't want to see the actual proof that should definitely have been disallowed. That's where you're at. You know what I mean? And there's only a few moments where I'm sure the referees have got it ridiculously wrong with videos. I'm sure it must be tiny moments. Pundits make it worse. They can watch it back on 46 different angles and slow-mos. Well, again, but the reason that exists is because of the fans. Because the fans want something to talk about. So they force that agenda, and because TV companies and TV networks know that that's the talking point. Look at fucking TalkSport, is just stick any nonsense out in the air to get people to interact with it. So what makes talking points in football? Controversial decisions. What's controversial? I don't know. Make it sound controversial. Yeah? Make it about bias. Make it about, oh, the referee's made a mistake. Make it about, oh, do you really think we have to have all these decisions be as close as they are? No, of course not. Like, do you know what I mean? It all breeds the same thing. That's the problem. It just breeds consumption. Do you know what I mean? Like, they want you to just soak it all up constantly. And that's where you are, you know? Referees can't be biased. You're right, Ghost. Yeah, they can't be. I know there's certainly, you're not allowed to referee a club that's close to where you're from. I know that's true, but I don't know how much they check about whether you look into who you support, because again, most referees, or at least the vast majority, used to, whether or not that's now true or not, I don't know. But from what I understand as well, they used to be, most referees used to support lower league teams. I know it's only now, like, the sort of the influx of younger referees who are sort of like, well, I've always supported Liverpool from Essex, you know, like that sort of thing. But is it down to who you support now? Okay. It used to be where you're from. Back when I used to watch football, when it was a real sport, you know, back when there was 4 divisions called Division 1, Division 2, Division 3 and Division 4. Much simpler time. We knew what was going on there. Friday night games at Tranmere. Oh, that was football. Not like this bloody modern muck you get nowadays. Only 2 channels on TV, exactly. Hib Simpson giving coming. Oh, 100%. But yeah, I mean, but that's the thing, though. I grew up on that sort of football, so naturally my air of nostalgia is going to look back on that and go, that was better. I don't think football's better now. Here's a bold statement. I don't think football's better now. I think football's faster now. I don't think football's playing the better pitch now. I don't think football's better. The players are more athletic. I don't think the game's better. It's just faster. Like, let's think about this. The players that used to play on like mud heaps, you had to be a little bit better to get the ball out of a mud heap, surely. If you're playing on the, you know, carpets essentially, then it is a bit easier, quote unquote easier. It's a bit more technical. It's way more technical. Well, we don't know. We don't really know. There's a lot of, I guess if you read things like Inverted the Pyramid, then you could argue that there's a lot of technical understanding way back in the day that maybe wasn't spoken about right now. Players are athletes, but we haven't got as the characters in the game that we used to. Well, that's a good line, isn't it? That's a good line. Apparently, I don't know what's funny sports in it. Okay, we're still talking about camera there. Lloyd Lewis is injured now. Just this team's just not got any luck at all, has it? easier access to football now. Could have followed 95% of Messi's career. I was back in the day. I was seeing him come the European Cup and the World Cup. That's largely it. Yeah, there is that. There is that. There is a greater access now, so we see so much more of it. But whatever we see, though, it'll never be as good as the 90s Italian football. So, you know, none of it really matters. Players like Pele, Maradona and Stanley Matthews were well ahead of their time. 90% of the players when they would play couldn't make it in the Huddersfield team. Yeah, I'd take some of those players right now, to be honest. I'd take them. Still 5 behind MK. Sartori, Dempsey inside. Price, Radoni, Stacey with an effort. I guess we've also got to consider well the fact that it's 24-hour culture now as well, isn't it? Like with media, just every single, you can turn on TV, Sky Sports News is on constantly, Talk Sports on constantly, Radio 5's on constantly. Like these networks just need to fill airtime. So again, you can create things to talk about. And because there's never a definitive answer on anything, it's always going to be unanswered. So it just keeps going, you know. I mean, it's chucking it down here at the Huddersfield Stadium. Stacey, ball over the top. Radoni doesn't fancy it. Waiting for them to ping the ball over the top here like that. Roberts, great save. Aipo looks it out. Don't think Harrison can play as a shadow striker. Can play as an AMC though. Here he goes. I also think maybe we don't play Radoni as a striker. Campbell. Stacey. There we go. There we go. Either. Great finish. Look at this Campbell. Look how much space there is. Give him it there. Let him just twat it. Stacey's quite good. Stacey's alright, isn't she? Him, he, her. Should have a moratorium coming near the ref, to be honest. And they're booking for encroachment. Oh, okay. Like that. Radoni. Wish I could have read what that actually says. Moratorium? Stays with the corner. Batley. Oh, here's the ball away. Morgan. Roberts. That's well won back by Harrison. Campbell. Batley. This, right. Stop. The Oxford system starting to play fairly decently with old Huddersfield here. Campbell breaking away. Loses the ball though. Price wins it back. Sartori gives it back to the keeper. Hughes. Batty. Dempsey. Gives it away as well. Oh. Oof. Right, but Hughes isn't exactly having a great game, so let's put Adam Brook on. Batty's struggling, sadly. Might have to bring him off as well. Actually, we might have to move. Great interception by Stacey. Campbell now with a breakaway. Play it back inside. Campbell gone. Oof. Sartori, Dempsey. Oh. excellent football there. So Brook we've signed as a loanee from Peterborough, by the way. I'm not sure if you saw that on the stream at home, but yeah. So I snuck that one in during transfer deadline day. Nice interception by Batty. Dempsey, Stacey. Out to Price again. Price, what a ball that is. Redoni on the volley. Sadly, it's not going to trouble the goalkeeper. Let's put... Right, Batty's going to have to come off. There you go. Dempsey can go into the centre half at this point. See if that'll help sort things out. Dallison into midfield. Ball on the top. Oh. That's the problem with it. That's the problem. Centre halves were working pretty well, but I had to sacrifice. I had to make a change. I can't risk Batty getting injured, that's the thing. And now what's going to happen is it's going to end up... Presumably it's going to end up with us losing the game, isn't it? I can't make any more subs. Tell you what, Harrison back to midfield. I mean, it's a draw against a team in a third. You take it, 2-2. That's fine. If we win the statistical battle, we'll do well. They understand that thinking. So we're still 5 points behind Birmingham, which isn't the end of the world. Respect the point. Absolutely get the respect the points out. Hey, Lloyd Lewis out for 5 weeks. It's a bit of a blow. Drawing a good performance against top 3. Not too bad. Yeah. Not bad at all. Let's... There we go. Give them a bit of a boost. Teamwork, tactics. Let's go with chance creation, chance conversion. Let's go with transition and ball retention. Set pieces. Team bonded. Set pieces. Yeah. Let's do that. Oh. Alright, let's get one more in. One more in, shall we? Oh, I missed a few streams. I assume we won everything in Scotland. Oh, yeah. We won the whole lot. Won the whole lot. To be honest, I think we were turning it around at East Fife. There's no way, of course, me to prove that right now, but... Don't worry, Ghost. I've been focusing on the match a little bit. I've let you guys have a great time back there. So, where's rest? Put a bit of rest in there. Yeah. Recovery, maybe. So yeah, right, let's give them a recovery day in there. Recovery and rest. That might help them. They're still celebrating as East Fife and Celtic and Rangers. I mean, look, they're still second. So we set them up fine. They've obviously gone and picked up some pretty decent players, and they've started to keep the results going. So yeah, that's where we left, wasn't it? The Alloa game was where we left. So yeah, they've continued. We can. Has he given me a number yet? 307. Right. More attention, play from the back. Right, let's do that. Work them harder, not less. Right, okay, right. They're all knackered though. We can't run them into the ground just yet. That's the problem, you know. So catch 22, innit? Catch 22, trying to get them ready for something, but then also don't kill them in the process. Right, here we go. 307. When the season finally ended, of course, a takeover battle began. On one side was Steve Morgan, who by coincidence built the houses in the streets so many of my family members occupy. And on the other side was Thaksin Shinawatra, the Prime Minister of Thailand. I don't suppose any club is going to be as lucky as Chelsea, who found themselves being bought by Roman Abramovich, a Russian billionaire with many millions to invest. Every major club is probably on the lookout for that now. They all want a bit of that kind of investment. We're fortunate enough to have a massive fan base around the world, which makes us an attractive club to put money into. And that's what we need. I can't believe that any club would turn that down. Whatever money we get, we need to spend it on things that improve the team. Because we've already got great facilities, a wonderful youth system, and a new stadium on the way. Didn't have the stadium. We need a top-class team to front it all. We already have some world-class players, so the basis is there. We just need a few more to lift us from 4th to 2nd or 1st. On the international front, as Euro 2004 approached, Sven-Goran Eriksson's well-publicised April meeting with Peter Kenyon, the Chelsea chief executive, didn't bother me in the least. From where I was standing, it certainly didn't have any effect on the morale of the squad either. 10 years ago, when there weren't so many photographers and journalists, those meetings were probably going on all the time. It's just we didn't know that they were taking place. Now everyone's scared to talk on a mobile phone in case someone takes a picture of them and reads something into it. I don't think anyone in football is naive enough to be shocked by the discovery that the England manager may have had a chat with Chelsea about a job. So there you go. Michael Owen just myth-busting his way, you know. So many pages of utter nonsense. There you go. Who'd have thought we'd have been talking about Sven-Goran Eriksson tonight? Me, probably. I guess that's would have been decent. That Thaksin Shinawatra bought Man City, had all his money sold, he had his money frozen, had to sell it off. But the interesting thing is, though, is that imagine if Liverpool had been bought by Thaksin Shinawatra. You know? Imagine that. Well, it's 100%. Oshaval, it's 100% Michael Owen. There's nobody that can write as bad as this. Surely. Like, it sounds like it was dictated by a child talking about their holidays. And then I did this, and then I went to the shops, and then on my holidays I did poo, and I had some sandwiches for my lunch, and my favourite colour is yellow. Like, that's literally how it reads, how it sounds. we'll do the Millwall game. This is our next upcoming match in the league. That was far more interesting. Thank you. I'll keep the rest of the book for later. So Millwall in the playoffs as well. Still 5 behind Birmingham. How many games have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Can we? I mean, it's going to take a bit in it, but it's not inconceivable we can scrape ourselves into the playoffs. We don't know. We might be getting a little bit carried away at this point with any potential things that might happen, but you know, mathematically, it is possible. I guess that's good enough for me, right? Mathematical is good enough for me. So Lloyd Lewis is obviously out. So Mambenda is also out. So we don't really have a striker per se, do we? And we do. We got Price. Go up there. Campbell can go out wide. Do that, I suppose. That could probably work. Harrison is an AMC. Let's try that. I'm happy to read anything after I got the one bars. John Grant's coming back as well. Get in. That's very, very good news. Very good news. As good as Satori has been, we might be able to get John Grant back. Right. No reaction in the team talks. Fine, don't need reaction in the team talks. Sticking with this 4-4-1-1 formation that we've got. Up against a 4-3-3 for Huddersfield, for Millwall, sorry. Away we go. Right, Batty's charging forward. Cuts back inside, gives the ball away, actually wins it back quickly though. So he's quite a decent player, Batty, isn't he? Very quick, very athletic. Another Wambar and age. Oh, Franco, yeah, you're missing out on Wambars, man. They're awesome. Them and Iron Brew bars. Or what you do, get yourself like a whole pocket full of Astro belts. Campbell, Price, Stacey brought down free kick. Stacey with the free kick. Off the wall. Akamea just seems to sit a little deeper than everyone else. I'm not sure that's the right position for him. Stacey back post. Tony. Off the underside of the bar. What a header. Finally the talisman apparently gets himself a goal. Stacey again with a cracking ball. In off the underside of the bar. That'll do. Getting the goal. Stacey tries to move the ball through. Akamea. Satori. Stacey over the top. Campbell. Harrison. Radoni again. Yeah, Stacey's been incredible, hasn't he? He's genuinely been brilliant. He's like the heartbeat. That's a League One goal. That's not even a League One goal. That's like a National League goal. That's Stacey's on a 7.6, Dempsey's on a 7.2, Harrison's on a 7.4, Radoni's on an 8.2. This is a great first half so far. Campbell. It's unbalanced mentality as well, by the way. Satori. Cleared. Dempsey. Batty. Oof. Carrying like this away isn't going to have any seats left. Yeah, they're going to leave by lunchtime, by half time, aren't they? We've had enough of this, lads. Let's go. Let's go. Stupid North. Batty. Through Price. Stacey's through. Ooh. Should have been better. 65% possession as well. So again, we're having the ball, and then we're actually doing something with it. Great ball again. Campbell. Stacey's just the puppet master, isn't he? In this match, he's having an absolute fantastic time. Batty. Great ball in penalty, maybe? No, apparently not. Campbell. Back post, Radoni again. They're not marking him, are they? Hughes, Stacey. Out to Batty. Thought about down the line. Dempsey. Back to Batty. Little reverse pass. Dempsey, 1-2. Batty's away again. Stacey. He deserved that. He deserves that for his first half performance. What a goal that is, by the way. Little give and go. Tease it up. Well played for Harrison, by the way, for coming back and just like nodding it down to get the assist. Stacey's mum stinged the goal for he scores. Absolutely. I mean, now Jameson ball's happening, right? As we lose this 4-3. Yeah, Stacey's on an 8-5. Radoni's on an 8-4. Aipo's on a 7. He's not touched the ball, I don't think. With 3 points behind Birmingham, Stacey whips the free kick in. Radoni doesn't go for it. Wolfenden brings it out. Apparently we don't want to tackle him. Satori will though. Campbell's got it as well. Campbell's on a yellow card. How's the right winger got himself a yellow card? And what pressure has he put himself under? Stacey, what a ball out there to Radoni. Batty picks up the scraps. Keeps going. Stacey's corner. And goes for it. Headed away. Satori, Stacey, Satori again. That's it in. Price with it. Oh. Now we're talking. 4-0. Oof. That's Satori's on 6.7. He's just not doing anything. Get out of Price's head there. What a goal. Let's bring Campbell off now. He's struggling a bit. League One's looking easy now. Ryan disappearing your stream tomorrow. I probably will be actually, Devil Always. So Mrs. J's away tomorrow night, so I will do. I've got a meeting to do first of all. But yeah, we might do. Let's keep our eyes on the Discord. Because once the kids are asleep, then yeah, probably. Dempsey, Batty. Because obviously we're not doing Friday still, I'm afraid. The all fans are now destroying the stand. Yeah, classic Millwall. Classic Millwall. Just what are we doing now? Oh yeah, we're just gonna break shit. That seems to be the only thing we can think of doing at this point. Mindless violence is the answer by all accounts. Would have been nice to have kept a clean sheet, wouldn't it? That's the only disappointing thing there. I think let's for the last 10 minutes, let's give John Grant a run out. He can come on, and I think we give Stacey a well-deserved standing ovation. This has been superb. 8.5. Hughes, Radoni, Harrison. Pull it back. Just a little bit too much. Can't believe it. Yeah, don't pay the clean sheet bonus. Good point. Oh, hang on. 4-2. That's disappointing, isn't it? It's okay. It's fine. Oh yeah. He's definitely a name that you can get mixed up. We had a player. I can't remember if it was at Norwich. I think it was Norwich, wasn't it? We had a player called Sittle as well. Harrison's through. Oh, that's more like it. What a goal that is. Flick on from Price. Harrison's away. Breaking through. 5-2. Now it's a respectable scoreline. 4-2 looks like they were in it. I mean, they weren't, but it looks like they were. Whereas 5-2. Oof, nearly 6-2. Nearly. Oof, over the top there. Points in the bag, everyone. Points in the bag. I mean, there's not much we can say about that, is it? That's incredible. 5-2. Everything looking fine. Can't grumble. All done. Moving back up towards the playoffs now. 5 points behind Millwall. So, you know, they're the team that we need to be trying to get up against. But we will see how we do as we as we keep going through. So, I think now a good time is to go and send us on to someone else, I think. Let's have a little look around, see where we are. I think there's a couple of people on that's probably quite interesting. Like I say, we'll probably be back on tomorrow, but it might be just after 9 maybe. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled. It'll be on the Discord and stuff. So we'll know what we're going to do. Can we sneak up playoffs in? All right, here we go. Right, I think we've gone into this guy before. Anton Webb. He's trying to sneak into the playoffs in Portugal. So that might be quite interesting. Plus, there's only him in there. There's like one person there. So go show them some love, and yeah, we'll see you potentially tomorrow. Keep your eyes peeled. Thank you for tonight. It's been fun. I think Huddersfield might be okay. I think. We'll see you. Take it easy. All the best. Bye now.